What's poppin', dogs? Mr. Allen here. We're about to solve this quadratic equation by completing the square, and we've got a lead coefficient. What? This is going to be crazy and dope. All right, first things first, just like any other completing the square we're going to solve, we got to get that constant off the left-hand side onto the right-hand side. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. I'm going to have 2x squared plus 12x equals 5. Notice I didn't put the plus blank yet. There's a reason for that. I need to take out my lead coefficient. Whatever that lead coefficient is, I need to factor that out in order to complete the square. So I'm going to have 2 and then parentheses x squared plus 6x. Now we're going to have the plus blank. Close your parentheses equals 5 plus blank. Okay, now we're set up to complete the square. I got to take this b value right there, that's 6, right? Divide that by 2 and square it. So that's going to be 3 squared, which equals 9. So I'm going to add 9 here, but what am I really adding to that left-hand side? I'm adding 2 times 9, which is 18. So in order to balance this equation and have it equivalent on each side, I need to actually add 18 here because of that 2 that I took out originally. All right, you got to be very careful with that. Got to remember that step. All right, now I can go ahead and do all my factoring and all that stuff. So I've got, let's see here, 2 parentheses, and then I have x plus 3, because 3 times 3 is 9, 3 plus 3 is 6, right? It's a perfect square trinomial, squared equals, and then 5 plus 18, that's going to be 23, Michael Jordan. All right, next up, I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. Woo! I'm going to be left with x plus 3, quantity squared, equals 23 divided by 2. Now what? I need to square root on both sides. And now this problem is going to need a little more room. All right. So when I square it on both sides, I've got my x plus 3 right here. All good there, right? And I'm going to have plus or minus the square root of 23 over 2. Now, I cannot leave a square root in the denominator because some, old dead mathematician said so at some point. It's my personal biggest beef with mathematics, right, is having to rationalize the denominator. So I need to rationalize that. I'll do that now. We can do it at the end. I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by root 2 and root 2. So that means that I'm going to get, let's see here, x plus 3 still over here, plus or minus. Now, 23 times 2, that's going to be 46. So I have the square root of 46 divided by 2. All right, there we go. Not too bad. I shouldn't have complained so much. Whatever. All right, now I'm going to subtract 3, and I'm going to get x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 46 divided by 2. Final answer z. That's right, there's 2 answers there. There's 2 answers, right? It's plus or minus. It's 2 answers. It's quadratic. It should have 2 answers. That's a beefy problem right there. We handled it like a boss. All right, see you guys later.